as you can see, like no matter where that camera was pointed, I was getting all the angles.
And we are the dreamers of dreams.
Living life, spinning like a merry-go-round. Traveling all around the world, you know we get surround. Good vibes only. You know it's the one and only Justin Bravo. Yeah, that's my number one homie. Subscribe. Come on.
Yo, Goat Gang, what's going on? I'll tell you, in the history of this channel, I've gotten so many requests to review all kinds of things, but this product, y'all been hitting me hard on the Insta at Justin Bravo, requesting a review of RYLO's 360-degree camera. I've been getting tons of comments, been getting tons of messages. Everyone's hitting me up because they want to know what's going on with the RYLO. What's up with the RYLO? Tell me about the RYLO quality. I watched some of the videos. I checked it out before I got it. I thought, man, that thing does look cool. It does look awesome, and I want to check it out. I want to see, does it live up to the hype? Is the quality there? Is the editing as easy as they say it is? Is all the things there? And we're gonna know. We're gonna know right now. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna hook it up. We're gonna get going after it. Let's unbox this baby. Does RYLO live up to the hype? We're about to find out. So let's get after it. Here's the RYLO 360-degree camera. Let's see what's going on inside the box. Okay, so the RYLO comes in at $499, and it does include the RYLO everyday case, a 16GB micro SD card, the battery, charge cable, sync cable, and a protective pouch. Here's the RYLO camera. It looks pretty clean. It's got a good weight to it. It feels like a really sturdy camera. Right here, it's got the two lenses on both sides. It feels like a machined aluminum all the way across. Man, I really like the way this feels. It really feels high tech. It feels high quality. And man, I can't wait to check it out. It has a nice little digital readout showing your battery, how much space you have on the memory card, all the things. That's really nice to be able to see that without having to launch up into their app. But I'll tell you, this feels really, really solid. I really like the way this feels, but it really kind of comes down to the quality, doesn't it? So let's we'll take it for a test ride here in a second. Now, what's really dope about this everyday case is it has a 3-prong, so you can mount it to any action camera type accessory, but it also unscrews right here, so you can mount it anything threaded. So I have these little Manfrotto Pixies I use all the time. You can just thread it on like this, and that way if you want to set up the shot somewhere, you can tripod and it not be a problem. So that's pretty cool. The everyday case is essential to using the RYLO. I think they also have a waterproof accessory. The optics on it look really stunning. They really kind of pop out from the camera itself, so I really like that. The biggest concern I've had with these type cameras is how well you can protect these lenses. So they have a pretty nice little pouch that you look like you could store like this in it. So holding it like this seems like all the time I would put it right here in the pouch, keep the everyday case handle sticking out, and you'd be solid to go and ready to go whenever you want. Now it has a micro USB right here, and this is for charging and communicating to your phone. Now, it's 2 different cables. The micro USB can plug into a traditional USB to charge it, but you can also plug in from here, and they have this inside the box is a sync cable that goes from here right into your phone. So that way you can go right into the RYLO app and get after it and do all the editing that you need to do. But who cares what the camera looks like? Who cares what it feels like? It's how does it perform? So what I'm gonna do is, let's take the RYLO and I'm gonna mount it onto, I don't know, an e-board or something, and I'm gonna go right around the neighborhood and I'm gonna try to get some different shots. What I like about 360-degree cameras is not so much the 360 aspect of it, is that it can edit a fixed frame video fantastically and after the fact. So what's amazing about that is if you're out there and you're shooting and you have your RYLO camera pointed up in the air, no matter where I have it pointed, it's capturing everything. Then after the fact, I can edit it. So when I mount it to the e-board, as I'm riding along, I don't have to worry about figuring out where it's positioned. I know that as long as it's on, it's getting the shot. And then after the fact, in the RYLO app, we can edit it. We can say, what I want you to do is look here, and then 5 seconds in, we're gonna look here, then 10 seconds in, look here, and it will do those soft pans for you. If there is no way to get that without having some sort of editing software or like a crazy gimbal or some kind of crazy thing to make it happen. But with RYLO, you should be able to perform it all right there on the phone, and that to me is super insane. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mount the RYLO to one of my rideables. I've got 1,000 of them here, and I'm gonna go riding around the block. We're gonna test out this footage and we're gonna see what it looks like, and I hope it's gonna be dope, and I'm really excited about it. I'm really pumped to see what the RYLO can put out quality-wise and to see what we can do to manipulate a fixed frame so it looks dope. So I'm gonna go ride right now, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so let's see what that footage looks like. What we're gonna do is plug the sync cable into the RYLO, other end of the phone. I'm gonna slide it right here into this pouch that it came with to keep it protected while we set it on the desk. That's the only downside I see these 360 cameras is there's not really a good resting place for them. So it's gonna need some kind of cradle or keep them in a pouch to make them protected when you're putting them down on tables. Not that tables will scratch it up, but that's the one thing I could see scratching the lens. So let's check it out. We'll plug it into the iPhone right now and see what that footage looks like. Okay, so I took 3 independent videos. Looks like we have to download each one from the RYLO. So I've got one downloaded, waiting on the second one, and then we'll get the third one, and then we can start editing. Everything's downloaded off the RYLO into the app, onto the phone, and now we can do some editing. I wanna see how easy it is, because RYLO's tag is the magic is in the software, and it really is. I have experienced a lot of really cool technologies that the software was so limited that I wasn't able to maximize the actual hardware. So let's see what RYLO's done on the software side, and we'll edit this video together. Now, because I shot 360 degrees, we can pan all the way around and see in any direction. What I like about this 360 degree technology is that we can choose after the fact for these fixed frames. So I wanna start off, I wanna look here. So I get 2 options of look here and follow this. Now, follow this would be great if we were trying to follow a moving object, but for this particular video, I'm just gonna do a look here to keep the pan that direction. So we'll move forward in the timeline. We'll do look here. It says camera will look here. And then as I come up to the edge of this street, I want it to turn and I want it to look down this direction because this would be still facing forward. And I'm gonna turn it just a hair and keep telling it to look here. And we'll keep panning down through this timeline. And then as we get to this corner, I want to look here. So it'll turn this way. And then once we turn the corner, go ahead and look here. And we just keep dropping these look here points and doing this as we go along. Now this right here should keep that camera pretty steady up until I turn. And I believe I went this way. So I hit look here. So keep going this direction. Keep going this way, which is nice. Hit the stop sign, and then I went this direction, so let's look here, and then straighten it out by looking here, and then I went onto the sidewalk, so let's look here, and we can look any direction. So if I want to look down the sidewalk, we can look here, and I will keep it face down, and if I want to straighten it out a little bit, I can say look right here. Let's try it. I can say look right here, straighten it out a little bit, and then it's going to keep this going. Then as I make this turn a little bit in the sidewalk, let's look here to keep it straight, and we'll just keep going along as we drive here. And this is what makes this technology nice, is that no matter what, I can make it look at anywhere. So now let's say I want to look at me. Let's look up here. I can do, say, follow this, okay? And now let's go and it'll follow my face as we're going, okay? Look at this. As I'm moving around, it's automatically tracking my face. Now, this is not the most flattering shot because I didn't have the camera very high, so it would be better ideally to mount that camera a little higher. But look at this. It's absolutely following my face this entire time. So what we can do is we can say, all right, now at this video juncture, I want to stop this. And at this point, go ahead and look right here. Let's go ahead and look straight ahead again. So now as it goes through the timeline, I'm going to go up this hill, and we're going to keep looking straight. So let's go up this hill. It'll look straight up this hill, and we can go this direction. And then once we get to the top of this hill, you know what? Let's go back to following my face again. And we can make it track any object. But look at this. I mean, to be able to edit a fixed frame video after the fact like this is absolutely insane. I really love this technology. I love being able to do this because this really can add a lot of effects to an action camera sequence that, man, I couldn't do before. So this is really cool. But I'll go through this more, I'll edit it, and then we'll do something a little bit cooler with it. I'll show you some montagey stuff. When you're done editing the sequence of the video, you can go up here and we can trim, we can do speed, we can tune, we can level it out, which this is nice, so we can level that camera however we want to. That's pretty dope. Then we can crop. I mean, there's so many aspects of what this is. We can do light, contrast, highlight, shadow, vibrant. I mean, you can do some insane sequence here. My favorite thing that I've been wanting to try is kind of their newest feature is being able to, you can up the speed to do a time lapse of it, And you can add a blurring effect. So that way, when it exports it, it'll have this really sweet time-lapse blur effect, and I'll show you that a little bit later. As you can see, like no matter where that camera was pointed, I was getting all the angles. And that to me is like the killer feature. That's a killer feature about a 360-degree camera. I know the 360 purists are gonna be like, what about the 360 video? What about actually being able to look around and see all things all over the place? And I get that, and I think that's pretty cool. But honestly, to me, the fixed frame, to be able to go and export that and it to, no matter where you had that camera pointed, you were able to follow. And the stabilization, to me that's insane. Now, what I'm gonna do is, because I've got a lot of footage here, I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna edit it. I just wanna give you a little taste of how it's done. I'm gonna edit it, I'm gonna put together a little montage thing, and you're gonna see what is capable out of the RYLO, the quality, the playback, some of that motion blur, and everything happening right now.
Aside from my soul, there goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my soul.
Wasn't that insane? I'll tell you, the quality on this thing is fantastic. Plus, the fact that it can go and edit after the fact, to me is fantastic. The time lapse with the motion blur was exactly what I was hoping it would be. Over the next few weeks and months, you're gonna see tons of RYLO footage from me, because I could see using this for every one of my product reviews, especially on the e-board side, because I know some of that stuff, like it would be fantastic just to mount it to the board and let it go and let it do its thing. So I'm pretty pumped about what the RYLO offers. I hope you're pretty pumped about it, and Goat Gang. I will see you tomorrow with a fresh video. Till then, be great. Man, this is gonna be fantastic.